Good morning, friends. I wanted to start today by taking a look at our paper. I still only have these two filled in, right? I think that at this point today, and maybe like after I'm done reading, you might want to start filling out the box about plot, right? First this happened, next this happened, then we're using a lot of transition words, right? So you can start filling out a couple of sentences here in this box. You may have already done so. If you didn't, maybe at the end today when you take your paper out, it would be a good time to start that, okay? We are going to continue reading from Coach Hyatt is a Riot from our favorite man, Dan Gutman. I don't know if you've gotten a chance, but he's been reading live on Facebook every week, and he's reading different books than I am. So it's kind of fun to see him because he's super animated and he's so excited. And he does these like silly giveaways of the books he reads. So if you have the chance, ask mom and dad. Maybe they can take a look with you because he's so cool. He's way cooler than me, that's for sure. Okay, we're on chapter number 5, Dancing in the End Zone, and if you're reading along with me, it's on page number 31, okay? When we arrived for our next practice, Andrea and the girly cheerleaders were practicing their routines at the other end of the field. Losing, winning, we won't lie, we're most happy with a tie. Go Moose! What a lame cheer. Oh, I'm sorry if you can hear some sawing and cutting. That's Mr. Lavoie. He's outside on the deck and he's building a gate for our deck. Sorry. What a lame cheer. Finally, Coach Hyatt showed up in her Mini Cooper with her nose-picking son, Wyatt Hyatt. There was a guy sitting in the car with them, but he didn't get out. That's weird. Coach Hyatt blew her whistle. Line up. Are we going to pick up your car again today? Asked Neil. No, the coach barked. Today, you ragamuffins are going to learn the most important part of football. How to do an end zone dance. A what? Ryan said. After you score a touchdown, you have to do a dance in the end zone, Coach Hyatt said. Then Coach Hyatt showed her end zone dance. She shook her behind, lifted her leg over her head, hopped up and down for a while, and then put her hands in the air and waved them around like a crazy person. Look at this picture. Yes. Why is her leg so long? That's so funny. Okay. Coach Hyatt is a riot. Now you try, she told us. We all shook our behinds, lifted our one leg over our heads, hopped up and down for a while, and put our hands in the air and waved them around like crazy people. Wyatt just sat there and picked his nose. Can we have some Gatorade now? Asked Ryan. No, barked Coach Hyatt. After we learned the end zone dance, the coach went to her car. Remember that guy who was sitting in her car? Well, it turned out that he wasn't a guy after all. He also wasn't a girl either. He was a dummy. This is my friend Elvis, Coach Hyatt said as she carried the dummy over to us. Sure enough, the dummy looked just like the real Elvis. It sounded like him, too. Coach Hyatt pushed a button on the back of the dummy and it started singing, You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Coach Hyatt said we're going to use Elvis to practice our tackling. Tackling is fun because you get to knock the dummy on his behind. We all lined up to tackle Elvis. I got to go first because my name begins with an A. Okay, AJ, said Coach Hyatt. I want you to pretend that this is somebody you really hate. Well, that was easy. I'm going to pretend it's Andrea, I told the guys. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, sang Elvis. I pretended that Elvis' dummy was Andrea and rammed it as hard as I could. Don't be cruel, sang Elvis as I got off of him. Ooh, I'm all shook up. Good job, AJ, said Coach Hyatt. Each of us got to tackle the Elvis dummy 5 times. It was so cool. Coach Hyatt showed us how to go for the leg so that the runner would fall down. Wyatt just picked his nose. I mean, doesn't this kid ever run out of boogers? When we were finished, the coach blew her whistle and said we could take a drink from the Gatorade jug. That's when Little Miss Perfect came over. She had on a cheerleading uniform and was holding pom-poms in her hands. That was a very violent exercise you guys were doing, Andrea told us. Is it really necessary to hit the dummy quite so hard? I think that leads to violent behavior in children. Can you possibly be more boring? I asked Andrea. Why don't you go back to your side of the field and work on your lame cheers? Check out the picture. Said Andrea, and then she stormed off to do more cheers with her friends. We don't hate, we don't boo, we respect the other team too. Go Moose! After everybody had some Gatorade, Coach Hyatt taught us how to punt the ball. Punting is very hard. I punted the ball really far, but I couldn't make it go straight. One of my punts landed over near the cheerleaders, and Andrea picked it up. I remember the last time she got her hands on a ball, she threw it over our heads. Don't throw it, I told Andrea. Just bring it here. What's the magic word, Arlo? Asked Andrea. Now, I yelled. Okay, Andrea said, but you're going to have to tackle me for it. Me and the guys laughed. A cheerleader thought she could run past a bunch of trained football players. Ha! I'd like to see you try, I yelled. Andrea started running toward us. Get her, I yelled. Andrea faked out Michael. She faked out Ryan. She even faked out Neil the nude kid. Andrea was faking out everybody. She was running down the field and nobody could stop her. Nobody but me. After she faked everybody else out, I was the only player between Andrea and the goal line. You're not getting past me, I told her. Oh, yes, I am, Arlo. Oh, no, you're not, I told Andrea. We went back and forth like that for a while. Then Andrea faked left, then she faked right, then she faked left again. But I wasn't going to fall for her lame fakes. I grabbed her legs and slammed her to the ground. All the guys cheered. Oh, Ryan said. AJ tackled Andrea. They must be in love. When are you guys going to get married? Asked Michael. If those guys weren't my best friends, I would hate them. Okay, that's so funny. Anyway, now we're at the point where Andrea has thrown a perfectly spiraled ball, right? And she's also now faked out a majority of the team when she's trying to run with the football into the end zone. I'm wondering if those things mean anything. Until tomorrow, my friends. I'll see you later.